What is up, homies? All up in the hood. Word life. Whatever. I'm Flitz. This is Matt Robb. This is Brett Nobody Kawa. And that's the Jovenshire over there with the 1980s hat. And this is a GeekDown Minisode. And this Minisode, we're comparing the Ultimate Marvel Universe versus the New 52 universe. Which one is better? Which one is
amalgam?
Yeah,
dun, dun, dun.
yeah. And the amalgam universe wins. And for you comic book nerds out there, you definitely are going to want to comment on this one because we want to know what you think about these two subjects and which one is better. So,
None of this.
the floor is out. I want to see a lot of this. The floor is open for debate. Which one is better, Ultimate Marvel or New 52?
Now, see, what I liked about the Ultimate Marvel universe was the art direction. Like, they made sure it not only is a different storyline, but it looks different than the normal Marvel. Whereas the new DC 52 it's the same artwork, really. So,
Except for Superman
has armor.
Yeah, Superman ain't got pants on, man.
well, different costumes, that's one thing, but the art style is completely different in the Marvel universe compared to the Ultimate Marvel universe.
because they hired new writers.
That's
DC can't do that. They ain't got the money. Jeff Johns does everything.
He does.
Writes,
Johns.
draws.
That's the thing. I think that's one of the things about the Ultimate Universe versus the DC reboot. It's a reboot, but it's still very close to being the same thing. Whereas though I feel like Marvel took a lot of risks and their redesigns and the way they approached it. Now, eventually they did get to a point where they killed off all the characters and they rebooted again. They literally took a tsunami. It's
like, huh, we don't
and
have
washed
anyone
away
else.
and murdered a bunch of characters. And now it's basically the Ultimate Universe has been rebooted, but it's not a hard reboot. It's still canon. Whereas though in the New 52, it's a reboot, but some of it's canon and some of it isn't. And it's like what stays and what goes. And Jeff Johns was like, I am not changing all this stuff I did with Green Lantern. We're keeping it.
Dead Man is a new dude. He's totally different. Everybody just go with it.
Is he?
Yeah, sure.
I think the big difference between the two is that the Marvel Ultimate Universe is happening parallel with the regular Marvel 616
Which
universe.
DC has been doing forever.
Parallel.
Parallel.
So, parallel.
There we go. Hey, racism.
That's racist.
Yeah, but so Marvel can afford to take these risks, like killing off Peter Parker, spoilers, or like killing off the Professor Xavier, Magneto, Wolverine, Cyclops, all these people, Daredevil.
It became a game. It was like at the end of like it was Ultimatum. It was just like at the beginning. It was like all these people are dead, and there was like X's over their faces. Yeah. Like I wonder who's gonna die this episode.
It's like a playing bingo.
Yeah, like there was a period in time where I stopped reading Ultimate just because it got a little convoluted, and I just started reading Ultimatum, and I'm like, they're just killing everybody off. This is kind of cool. I'm kind of into this.
Yeah, and they can afford to take the things. With the reboot, it's like, okay, we need to keep the core fan base that likes this character, so we can't really change it too much, but we want to reboot it. So what are you laughing about?
I think the big thing about the new 52 is that it's not a new 52.
Yes.
It wasn't new. It was like, hey guys, here's the best place to start reading DC Comics. And that was the best move DC's made in a very long time.
Almost as long as year one, or year zero, or 0 Hour, or any other time that they ever rebooted everything.
World War.
Infinite Crisis.
That's the thing that you have to consider. DC except for their big three, which is Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman. But they eventually tried to kill them off, and they just noticed it didn't work. Whereas though the Ultimate Universe, they killed off people, and it literally was rebooted. But they rebooted the DC Universe, and then they brought those characters back. I don't see any of the characters in the Ultimate Universe coming back. They're dead.
Here's the thing about the Ultimate Universe compared to the New 52. That's disgusting, man. The Ultimate Universe never becomes the official universe. It always plays as something different. Whereas the New 52 is the new canon run. Ultimate
until they decide that they're not making enough money and they have to bring Green Arrow
But
back.
they are making money. And that's the thing.
They're making a lot more money.
The Ultimate Universe is still a reboot of the Marvel Universe. Whether it's parallel or not, it is still a reboot. Nick Fury is black. It's still relevant. It's still a good universe to get into and enjoy. And they even changed the history of mutants, where in the regular Marvel Universe, mutants are the new evolution of humans, and it's amazing. You get into the Ultimate Universe, all of the mutants in that universe are a product of the Super Soldier Project. That's reboot.
That's what was cool. Because that's Bendis, like tying everything together. He's like, you know what? Wolverine's going to be like the granddad of the Hulk, and it's going to be like a whole thing.
And
he tied everything in. I mean, the thing is, it's doing really well right now. We're in, what, week 12? Something like that? We just hit week 12 or week 8 or something like that of DC's reboot. Controversy begats dollar signs. So if you've got Superman in no pants, or
if you got Starfire fornicating with all the things.
Yeah, if you got. I mean, we did an entire episode dedicated to it. If you've got like Catwoman, like blowing Bruce Wayne in the first panel, you're going to have people
Kitty wants some milk.
Buying this shit.
Dirty.
That's gross.
Dirty.
That's gross. That is inappropriate. We're gonna have to censor that later.
Yes, you will.
Someone's gonna have to lap that up.
But the thing is, there was a lot of controversy tied around the Ultimate Universe. I mean, like everyone's like, Nick Fury is an N-word, and like all these different things.
And now it's like Spider-Man's an N-word.
No, he's an N-word and an M-word.
He's gonna wet sling your VCR.
But look how that's carried over into the movies, where Nick Fury is actually played by Samuel
And
L.
it's
Jackson.
amazing.
It is. And
Instead
it's
of David
carried over.
Hasselhoff.
That would have been
That
amazing.
is how far-reaching the Ultimate Universe has been. I don't think
and that makes it a lot more relevant than you're playing on. That makes it a lot more relevant. The fact
you're stupid.
The fact that the Ultimate Universe is carrying over to the film universe and it's working as source.
That's not a viable argument.
You're not a viable argument.
It's not a viable argument yet because the Ultimate Universe has been around for a lot longer than the DC reboot.
That just shows that it's successful.
Because that's a major change. They don't have any super major changes in the DC universe that when it goes to the film,
Superman armor.
Oh, that's amazing. That's not
Superman
major.
armor.
He's not wearing like underwear.
That's
Superman
the major
wasn't
risk.
wearing
That's a redesign. That's not
Like
the
we
same.
happen to be the same
Superman
redesign of the
ain't black.
comics.
We just started the DC reboot 12 weeks ago. That means that it's taken them 12 weeks for them to say, hey, this is actually successful. Let's carry this on. Now I'm sure in the next Batman movie, or maybe not the next Batman movie, the next Superman movie, the next Flash movie, because God, you know it's going to happen now, because now Flash is a big name again.
But what's the major change? What's the major change to carry over? Think about it. What's the major change? What is it? What is it?
Flash is a
What
small
is it?
penis.
No, that's dumb. Shut up.
Definitely outfits, origins. There's a lineup for this stuff.
No.
It's going to happen.
What do you guys think? You should tell us below in the comments, and also tell us why Jovenshire's wrong.
I agree.
DC reboot, I think, is doing
I don't think the
everything
DC
right.
reboot really took any chances.
Nope.
With the
What do you mean
ultimate,
take any
with the
chances?
ultimate line,
Are
Marvel
you
took.
reading the same reboot I'm reading? Yes, it's the Ultimate Universe. The same universe.
Marvel took a lot of chances. They hired Mark Millar to write the X-Men
Who did
line.
not know anything about the
He
X-Men.
didn't know anything. He saw the first X-Men movie and said, "All right, I'll write my own X-Men."
They hired
story."
Damon
The fact that
Lindelof.
they were making a reboot for DC was like a huge risk. For 6 months beforehand, people are like,
not gonna-
fans are like,
It's not
no,
a risk
fuck
when you've
it,
got the
I'm
guy
not gonna read it.
it's not a risk when you've got the guy that created the universe recreating the universe. That doesn't work. They got Damon Lindelof to start a Wolverine and Hulk book and not finish it.
Right.
I mean, they went out and tried to get these celebrity artists and writers to come on and do these things. That's a risk.
I think when you look at like the
Having Jeff Johns
statistics of it,
write Green Lantern says like
for
boobs
what
once is not a
the
fucking
DC
risk.
reboot did for DC and the Ultimate Universe did for Marvel, the reboot for DC I think will go a longer ways than the Ultimate Universe.
But that's not. That doesn't make it a better.
It's not.
Yeah, how does that not make it better?
It's because we're talking about chances and where it's gone, and it hasn't taken any big.
It's only been 12 weeks.
Then
compared to, like,
why
2
are we
years.
debating this?
Yeah. No.
I mean, so leave your in the comments. What do you think? Do you think the Marvel universe is better than the DC universe? The new reboot versus the Ultimate Universe?
Marvel.
What do you think? How do you think? How do you feel? Leave it in the comments. Tell us if we're wrong. If you think we're wrong. If you got a problem, you can come see me. I'm not gonna tell you my address because you might really.
I'll put it in the
You can
comments
tweet him
later.
at GeekDown.
But you can tweet me at GeekDown Show. Matt, Flitz, Brett, Joven. Thanks for watching. GeekDown. Whatever.
Marvel.
Marvel.
Peace.
Marvel.